Oscar nomination predictions. What's going to happen in just a couple days on that nomination morning? Who are we going to be hearing? Who are we going to be talking about?
My article is already posted.
Todd's article is already posted, so we know what Todd's picks are, but he's going to go over those with us. I may have looked at Todd's picks as I was picking mine and tried to go a little outside the box from what Todd said. I mean, it always, there's a lot of it that feels fairly chalk this year. Like, this is kind of a consensus of what it's going to be, but it can't be that. So, where are the surprises going to come, and what's it going to look like? So Todd always tries now to try and find the one movie that's going to be the one performance in each category that is going to be the out of nowhere. Be shocked if you see it, but this could be the shocker. Well, let's get into these. We're each going to give our predictions for the nominees. We'll post these on the website so you can make fun of us later and how wrong we were. Todd's got his predictions for all of the categories on his article, which is now posted on the website. We're just going to go over the above the line categories: the acting, the directing, the picture, and the screenplays, and go from there. So let's start. Let's start with adapted screenplay. Todd, since you're the one that already has them out there, what are you going with?
All right, so I did this before the BAFTA nominations, which, I mean, honestly aren't really a precursor anymore, but they do give some trends. So I'm not 100% confident in some of these now, but I don't think I would change anything. My nominees for Best Adapted Screenplay are Barbie, Oppenheimer, American Fiction, Killers of the Flower Moon, and Poor Things.
All right. Zach, what do you have?
100% agreed. This is a category I'm 5 for 5 on that. So I think this is one of the categories that I think is the most predictable, and I would be shocked if anything else snuck in.
Well, see, BAFTA didn't like Killers of the Flower Moon. It was not nominated for screenplay there, or director, or actor, but it was nominated for picture. I'm not sure about Killers anymore. I don't know. Like, they could try to prop up something else. That's my only concern. It'd be the Zone of Interest, I imagine. That got nominated at BAFTA.
Well, I took a stab with a different one. I went Oppenheimer, Barbie, American Fiction, Killers of the Flower Moon, and All of Us Strangers. The kind of small indie movie. They love to throw those out there every now and then.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, that is the other one that's in contention for sure.
All right, let's talk original screenplay now. Todd, what do you have?
All right, this one's not as easy as adapted because there are a lot more contenders that have picked up nominations. But I have The Holdovers, Past Lives, Anatomy of a Fall, May December, and I still think Air is the fifth one, but I'm not really confident in that.
Zach, what do you got?
I agree with 4 of those 5. I had Air, Anatomy of a Fall, The Holdovers, and May December. But I think the Academy are terrible, horrible human beings. So there's no way they're going to nominate the best film of the year. So I took out Past Lives and I went with Saltburn, which might be a recurring theme on some of my other predictions. Just spoiler alert.
Ooh.
Past Lives is a lock for this category. It's like the one that actually is fully a lock for. Like, this is like the women talking of the year.
We shall see.
I have a combination of yours. I've got The Holdovers, Past Lives, Anatomy of a Fall, Saltburn, and Air.
So what did you leave off? The Holdover? No, May December.
I left off May December.
That to me feels like more of a lock than Past Lives.
I think we all know that Wes Anderson's getting nominated in this category because he always does.
That would be the Tommy Lee Jones pick, right? I mean, has that been nominated for anything, anywhere?
I mean, and Roman Coppola is also a co-writer, so you got to get the Coppola another nomination, right? But Maestro is in the top 5 in Gold Derby, I believe. Like that is just not a fun movie to predict for screenplay because it's not really a great screenplay, but it is a couple of Oscar-nominated screenwriters, so who knows?
Can we talk about how ridiculous it is that Barbie is an adapted screenplay? If Barbie was an original screenplay, it would run away with this category, I think.
No, it still would be The Holdovers and Barbie in a
but
battle.
At least it would be a more competitive race. I mean, I think the Holdovers is now the obvious pick, but like I think it would have come down to those two, and I think there's
Anatomy
a real
of
case
the Fall
that Barbie
is up there with Holdovers.
Supporting actress, Todd, what do you got?
Okay, I have Divine Joy Randolph for The Holdovers, Danielle Brooks for The Color Purple. And then after that, it gets murky. I got Jodie Foster in Naiad, who got the SAG nomination. I have Julianne Moore in May December. And I have Emily Blunt and Oppenheimer hanging on, even though I don't think that she's good in the movie, but she has gotten all the nominations she needs to, and she's never been nominated before. So I think this is probably her first nomination.
And if Oppenheimer's really going to be as strong as it is, it would make sense if she got in. Zach?
Well, let's just remember the reigning supporting actress Jamie Lee Curtis gave obviously her career best performance too, and won the
Also,
Oscar.
that'd be the Florence Pugh is in this category, and then won best supporting actress.
Well, either one I think would be a good comparison, but because I agree with 3 of those picks. I also have Divine Joy Randolph, Jodie Foster, but not for the performance. I'm doing it more to promote her True Detective series, and there will be several commercials during the telecast of True Detective as well. And Emily Blunt, I agree with as well.
HBO together, that'd be interesting.
Yes, exactly. It's another fearless prediction. The 2 I had, though, I went with Rosamund Pike for Saltburn, again, recurring theme on my list, and I went with America Ferrera for Barbie. I mean, you got the best moment of the Golden Globes was Kevin Costner giving the speech. I mean, it's the heartstrings, it's the great performance, it's what America wants because it is America. America Ferrera.
Well, America Ferrera had her speech at the Critics' Choice Awards. That was a good moment.
That was a heartwarming moment. That's enough to push her to the nomination. Who cares?
But there's no way she's getting in over Danielle Brooks.
But that is but come on, they always overlook Black performers. We know this. This was the big thing last year. It'll be the big thing this year. And
even though the winner of this category is going to be
Till and the Woman King.
Wasn't there a time where you were looking at this was potentially going to be an all minority lineup? Because I think at one point we were looking, it could have been Divine Joy Randolph, Danielle Brooks, Viola Davis,
Penelope Cruz.
Yeah, that was in September or whenever the hell I wrote that article.
Yeah, your last one. Yeah, my list is Divine Joy Randolph for The Holdovers, Danielle Brooks for The Color Purple, Jodie Foster for Naiad, Emily Blunt for Oppenheimer, and whenever they can, they nominate Penelope Cruz. So I have her in for Ferrari.
Yeah, she's number 6 for me.
Supporting actor. Also, right now is looking like a little bit of a runaway in who's going to win. But Todd, who do you have nominated?
Yeah, this category is actually the toughest one to predict. There is a bunch that are right on the outside of this top 5. But I have Robert Downey Jr. for Oppenheimer, Ryan Gosling in Barbie, Robert De Niro in Killers of the Flower Moon. Now, those 3 I think are very, very safe. They've gotten in everywhere. And then after that, I don't know. I have Willem Dafoe in Poor Things. He got the SAG nomination, and he is like he's the Judd Hirsch over that guy from Barb and Star. I can't remember his name. The older guy getting nominated over the Jamie Dornan. There you go. And then my number 5 is Peter Sarsgaard in Memory, which is a movie that not a lot of people have seen, but Peter Sarsgaard did the thing. He did all the podcasts. He did all the talk shows. He did all the random YouTube videos with people. He's a beloved actor who's never been nominated. He gets the 5th spot, and he is he's the Brian Tyree Henry and Causeway of this year. That's the one that's just wow, they went for something like that.
That's a good comparison. Right. I haven't seen his name anywhere except for your predictions. So that's a ballsy pick, and I like it. I like that comparison too. How is that not the Tommy Lee Jones pick though?
Because I got sick of getting those right and then or having those people actually get nominated. I'm actually getting credit for this one.
Zach, what's your list?
My list is okay. So I have Willem Dafoe in Poor Things, avuncular, grandpa nomination. Robert Downey Jr. for Oppenheimer, Ryan Gosling for Barbie, Mark Ruffalo for Poor Things, and Jeremy Allen White for The Iron Claw. Now, he's got all the Golden Globe success. He won the Emmy. He's on the Calvin Klein ad. Everyone loves him. Let's capitalize on this. Let's get the young demo to tune in, even though they don't get network TV and they don't watch movies. Jeremy Allen White. It's happening.
All right. I've got an out there pick on mine too. So I've got Robert Downey Jr. for Oppenheimer, Ryan Gosling for Barbie, Robert De Niro, Killers of the Flower Moon. I have Charles Melton for May, December.
There we go.
And then my last one, I have Coleman Domingo for The Color Purple.
Oh wow.
See, that's the in the Valley Vila type pick too.
Well, and I have him in there because I have him snubbed an actor. So
Yeah, I mean that's a possibility.
best actress, Todd.
Lily Gladstone was snubbed at BAFTA, so I don't think that she's necessarily in first place anymore. When I wrote this, I had her as a lock for number one. Lily Gladstone, Killers of the Flower Moon, Emma Stone in Poor Things, Sandra Hüller in Anatomy of a Fall, Carey Mulligan in Maestro, and I went with Annette Bening in Naiad as my fifth spot because the SAG nomination, and I mean she's still never won, so I guess.
Zach, do you feel good about your list?
Yes, I have 4 of Todd's 5: Lily Gladstone, Sandra Hüller, Carey Mulligan, and Emma Stone. But they're not going to leave Margot Robbie off. Okay, that's crazy talk. You don't talk like that in wine country. So, or ask questions like that. So, yeah, it's obviously Margot Robbie.
I've got Lily Gladstone, Killers of the Flower Moon, Emma Stone, Poor Things, Sandra Hüller, Anatomy of a Fall. I think those 3 are pretty set. Then I've got Greta Lee for Past Lives and Margot Robbie for Barbie.
So you have Carey Mulligan off?
I have Carey Mulligan off. I feel like everyone just is assuming she's going to get nominated and has been assuming it ever since, it was first screened. But no one is talking about her at all. Like, it is like the least buzzed about performance that is being.
She's Felicity Jones in The Theory of Everything. That's what I've always thought. And it's like, and she just kind of was an also ran in every category throughout.
And
the whole
is
season.
A multiple time nominee. Yeah, it would make a lot of sense if she makes it. Actor, Todd.
I have Bradley Cooper in Maestro. I still think he's winning Best Actor. Cillian Murphy in Oppenheimer. Paul Giamatti in The Holdovers. And then I have Jeffrey Wright in American Fiction and Coleman Domingo in Rustin. And I feel pretty good about that. I can't see that wavering, but we'll see.
I have 4 of those 5. I have Bradley Cooper, Paul Giamatti, Cillian Murphy, and Jeffrey Wright. My 5th, our own beloved Pinot Award winner, at least nominee, Barry Keoghan for Saltburn. You heard it here. He's getting in.
Yeah, he got the BAFTA nomination.
His daring performance, aka nude. But you know what? I mean, and this could be like an Adrian Brody pianist kind of thing, He's wearing the bow tie on the red carpet. He's there with his mom. Like, they're going to love that shit. They're going to eat that shit up, They'll have him, like, present with Dame Judi Dench. I mean, it is a christening of Barry Keoghan at this awards.
Well, he did just get nominated last year, too. So, director, Todd.
Okay, director, I have Christopher Nolan in Oppenheimer, Martin Scorsese in Killers of the Flower Moon, Jonathan Glazer in The Zone of Interest, Alexander Payne in The Holdovers, and the 5th spot could really go to anybody. I went with Greta Gerwig in Barbie, or for Barbie.
So I think I had 4 of those, although I can't figure out the one that I didn't get. I had Greta Gerwig, Yorgos Lanthimos, Christopher Nolan, Alexander Payne, and Martin Scorsese. Which of those did you not have, Todd?
Yorgos?
Yorgos?
So you didn't have Glazer?
No, I subbed Glazer for Yorgos.
All right, I have something slightly similar. I've got Christopher Nolan, Martin Scorsese, Jonathan Glazer, Yorgos Lanthimos, and Greta Gerwig. So I left off Alexander Payne.
Dude, he's always nominated.
I know. But I don't know. Yorgos for Poor Things, it just feels right. Last one, Best Picture, Todd.
All right, Best Picture is Oppenheimer, Killers of the Flower Moon, Barbie, The Holdovers, Poor Things, Past Lives, American Fiction. And then after that, I don't know entirely. I have Anatomy of a Fall and Zone of Interest getting in, which I do not feel is wise. And then I have Maestro picking up the last spot because I do still feel like there is a lot of love for that movie. It's just not people that are talking about it right now. And I think, like, doesn't Netflix need one? I think they need one of them.
You'd think so. Zach, what do you got?
Okay, I have Air, American Fiction, Anatomy of a Fall, Barbie, The Holdovers, Killers of the Flower Moon, Maestro, Oppenheimer, Poor Things, and Saltburn.
So what did you leave off then?
So you left off Zone of Interest.
A24 movies. No, Past Lives. I put Past Lives and Zone of Interest I took off.
All right. I've got the exact same 10 as Todd. I feel like this is one of the more It's one of the more consensus Best Picture lineups we've had in a long time, which makes me nervous because that means this is probably where chaos is going to happen. So it might end up closer to what Zach said. But I honestly just don't see which other ones are getting in. Like Todd, you listed May December as in 11th. That's not getting a Best Picture.
Well, when it came out, it was like huge, though. That's the thing. And if it's getting screenplay and supporting actress like I predicted, I could see Best Picture coming along with it.
Yeah,
What about Air and Saltburn? I mean, I think those are getting in. That's a legit pick.
Air I could see. Todd, you have Air 15th.
Saltburn has no chance. That's the Babylon of
Well,
this year. It's never been a possibility.
I think it's a hit with people. People like to talk about it. People like Barry Keoghan. People like Emerald Fennell. I think everybody is sleeping on Saltburn, including Adam, who really loved it.
I can't figure out what this year reminds me of more. It's either 2015 or 2019, both of which had two movies that were going to get nominated in every single category eligible for for them. Like in 2015, it was The Revenant and Mad Max, and the winner was the small movie Spotlight, which would be obviously Past Lives would be the beneficiary this year if that were to happen. And 2019, it was Joker and The Irishman were nominated everywhere, and then it was the other movie, the foreign film that won. So that'd be Anatomy of a Fall would win this year if it was that. It was one of those two, but I can't figure out which year it is more like. I guess I got to see in the nominees first.
Yeah.
No, I mean, I think the obvious comparison is last year. I think Oppenheimer is going to win 3 acting awards, and I think it is, well, at least 2. And it will win director, picture, screenplay, and many, many others, just like the Academy overcompensated with Everything Everywhere All at Once. And yeah, I don't see any other way. I actually think there's a real chance we could wake up on Tuesday and Oppenheimer could get 15 nominations, which would be a record.
Who knows what's going to happen? Again, Tuesday morning, before most of us on the West Coast wake up, and a lot of people around the country wake up, we'll find out what the Oscar nominations are. And Todd, you'll be writing your article probably later on Tuesday.
Yeah, that's the idea.
Yep, about your analysis of the nominations, how you did, and my favorite, the coolest first time nominees list is always my favorite part of that article.
Yes.